Yo, what is up guys, Anthony here, back with another Destiny Child video. And in today's video we're actually going to be going over the Japan update note of the Kei'no narrative dungeon. So Japan had actually received Kei'no quite long ago, but I just wanted to go back into their update note and see what we could potentially expect for our update note that we'll have in just a few days. So basically sort of a prediction or preview of the Kei'no narrative dungeon update. So as you can see here up on the screen right now, we have the Japan update note for the Kei'no narrative dungeon update, and if we scroll down a bit, as you can see, they had it here on Thursday, August 15th, 2019 for the Japan server. So as you can see here, some Kei'no art here, etc. And if we scroll down a little bit more here, we can see the boost childs that were actually featured for the Kei'no narrative dungeon. So potentially these could be the boost childs for the Kei'no narrative dungeon as well for the global side. So of course we have the Kei'no copy here at a 60% boost. Next here we have 5-star Davi at a boost of 30% at +0, and obviously as you go up in uncaps they will increase the percentage of boost. So if you do actually +6 a new Kei'no, she will be at a 120% boost. A +6 Davi will be at 48% boost. And next here we have the 4-star healer Daphne here at a actual 10% boost at +0, and a +6 16% boost for Daphne. So these could potentially be the boost childs for our Kei'no narrative dungeon, and I wouldn't expect them to change it as we do actually have these childs already. So we should very well see the same boost childs for our version of the Kei'no narrative dungeon. Next here, as you can see here, they had a boost pickup summon for Kei'no. Now we should probably be getting a guaranteed upon summoning banner for Kei'no, so we could potentially see that unless they just give her a solo banner for the narrative dungeon. But I'm pretty sure we'll get a guaranteed upon summoning banner for her, as we have been for a ton of the more recent childs that we've had. Next year they actually had a boosted pickup summon for the 5-star Davi. So again, I could see that we'll probably receive a guaranteed upon summoning for Davi as well. So if you guys are interested in picking up some Davi, and if we do get this banner, she's actually a great unit for world boss trials. So I wouldn't mind summoning for her, as I probably would, as I do only need one more copy to +6 her. So we could potentially expect a guaranteed upon summoning banner for Kei'no, as well as the 5-star Devil Davi. Next here we should expect a dual banner featuring Davi and Kei'no as well. So these will probably be the standard 1% rates banners, as well as 1.5% rate for all other 5-star units, as well as 4-star childs. Next here they featured the Kei'no skills here. Now I actually cannot read Japanese. I will be switching to the Rice Mine Japan wiki, and we'll be going over Kei'no skills in just a bit. Next here they have Kei'no's drive skill actually listed, so I actually put this up on the screen right now so you guys can see Kei'no's drive skill. Alright everyone, so that is Kei'no's drive skill. I do think it's pretty cool with the scissors and all, as it does fit her character. So let me know in the comments below what you think of her drive skill, as well as how her character looks. Next here in the update note, they shown that the Japan server actually didn't receive Kei'no for the narrative dungeon, as we will probably 100% receive Kei'no as a free copy on the 7th round. So you should expect that for this narrative dungeon as well as future ones. Next here they show off the equipment for Kei'no. Now I actually cannot read this as well, but you can see the base stats here, and these are all subject to change, and I'm pretty sure they will change these a bit for the global version, but the arts and names probably for the equipment probably won't change. So as you can see here, her weapon is probably these scissors here. Her armor set is this little dress here, as well as this accessory here on the bottom will be her same accessory, and I really doubt they will change the arts of her equipment set. Next here on the update note, they are basically just showing off the collection event and how you have to collect these little items here in order to clear the narrative dungeon boards. So of course, if you have boost childs at all or anything, when the event does come out on global, you will receive increased drops of this item. Next up, they're just showcasing the rare boss occurrence of Ganesha. Now we actually have seen Ganesha in past narrative dungeons, so I'm pretty sure we'll have these rare boss occasions as well. well. So Ganesha, she allows you to flip an additional card after completing the battle. So instead of flipping only 3 cards, you will actually have the chance to flip 4 cards after the battle. Alright, so that is it for the Japan update note of the Kei'no narrative dungeon. So like I said, they actually received this on August 15th, 2019, and now we're actually receiving it around the same time in the beginning of August. So we should expect an update note similar to this, unless the game devs actually add some more additional content to the global side. But before we end off this video, let's go into the Japan rice mine and go over the Kei'no skills and the ratings to see what we could potentially expect from Kei'no. Alright everyone, here we are on the Japan rice mine. So as you can see here up on the screen right now, we have Kei'no's skill set for the Japan server, as well as her ratings compared to all of the other childs on the Japan server. So as you can see here, she is a 5-star fire element tank, and on the top right side you can see her tiers for the Japan rice mine. So these are all subject to change, as we don't have all of the childs that the Japan server has. So you have to understand that she has been out for almost a year now on the Japan server, so having these ratings aren't too bad for the age of her units. So as you can see here, PvE is a rating of a 7, PvP has a rating of an 8, Ragnarok has a rating of a 7, and World Boss has a rating of a 6. Now based on these ratings, she actually does excel in the PvP aspect of the game, as well as Ragnarok and PvE. Not so much for the World Boss, but like I said, all these ratings are subject to change, as her skill set might change a bit, or maybe she is just better than most of the childs that we have out right now, as our child archive isn't as big as the Japan side. Starting out here with her leader skill, as you can see, fire type allies slide skill defense plus 12%. Now her leader skill is pretty decent. I would say she just helps out fire type units. Now if you are running some fire type units in a PvP comp, maybe this leader skill will be beneficial to you, as she will increase their defense by 12%. Next up we have auto attack, which deals 92 damage. Now 92 damage, nothing special here, a basic auto attack damage. Next up we have her tap skill, which deals 317 damage to target. Apply taunt, 88% chance to activate, and a plus 800 slide skill defense for 10 seconds long. Now what we can gather from her slide skill is that she does apply taunt, and she also has the plus 800 slide skill defense for 10 seconds. So I think the big portion to take from her tap skill is that she does apply the plus 800 slide skill defense for 10 seconds. Now this could help in Devil Rumble quite a bit, as defense is very strong in the Devil Rumble. Next up we have her slide skill here, which deals 588 damage to 2 random targets for only 3 fire type allies, priority highest attack, 70% chance to remove and be invulnerable to disabling debuffs, petrify, silence, confuse, stun, sleep, and gives plus 1800 HP barrier for 14 seconds long. Now her slide skill is obviously her main skill, as for most childs. As you can see here, we'll break it down a bit. So basically her slide skill benefits fire type allies. So for a PvP comp, you might need to have at least 3 fire type units on your team in order to take full advantage of Kei'no and her skill set. So as you can see here, she prioritizes highest attack. She has a 70% chance to remove and be invulnerable to disabling debuffs, so that's a very good part of her kit. Next up, she actually does give that plus 1800 HP barrier for 14 seconds long. That's also a huge part of her kit, as she does help out the fire type allies, and 1800 HP is actually very good for a slide skill. And you have to keep in mind that you could probably pair her up with Dana, etc. Next up we have her drive skill here, which deals 1496 damage to 2 random targets. Apply taunt, 98% chance to activate, and reflect returns 40% of damage received for 20 seconds long. Now her drive skill is pretty decent, as she does have reflect on it, which returns 40% of damage received for 20 seconds long. So I do like how she does have the reflect ability on her drive skill. So it's pretty decent. Now I probably wouldn't prioritize it over a supporter drive such as Senga, etc. But a decent average drive if you are playing her on auto, and she does have that top attack stat of your team. And the last tier, we have her No tier, which requires running at least 2 other fire type allies on the team to maximize her usefulness. Now what comes to mind as a fire type unit, you could probably see her paired up with Courtesan Bathory and maybe Limos, as Limos is very strong right now, and maybe Kei'no could actually boost her up even higher because Limos is very strong, like I've said, and Kei'no and her slide skill as well as tap skill does seem to help her quite a bit. Alright everyone, that'll be it for today's Destiny Child video. Feel free to let me know in the comments below what you think about the expectations for Kei'no and her narrative dungeon. I think she overall is a great unit, but might be underrated by some due to how she benefits fire type allies for the most part. Before you go, make sure to leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so and are enjoying the Destiny Child content. That being said everyone, I'll see you all in tomorrow's Destiny Child video. Thank you all so much for watching.